Now, Liam, the Irish team are preparing for a match on Thursday night in the new Nations Cup against Wales away. It's Ryan Giggs' first match as the Welsh boss. But the problems have arisen here. A very serious problem in my view. Harry Arter has withdrawn from playing for Ireland. He didn't say for all time, he said for the foreseeable future. And there is news now, which is Martin O'Neill in his press conference admitted that there had been a row in the camp during the summer between Roy Keane, Harry Arter and John Walters, and that Martin's, and I'm going to quote him here, Martin O'Neill says that row might be part of the reason, might well be. I wouldn't deny that that's the case. In other words, Martin O'Neill will not deny that the row between Walters, Harry Arter and Keane may be the reason we've lost Arter, who is, I think, the only Premier League player who might have been available for this game, or one of the few, and is a very decent player. This is the Roy Keane factor kicking in, Liam. There's been a lot of it. There were other rows around the camp. What do you make of it?
Well, it's not good for the Irish team for a start, because we haven't got that amount of good players playing in the Premiership anyway, and to have a player that's involved, and Arthur played at the weekend against Arsenal, playing in the Premiership, to certainly not have him in the squad is a blow, and there's also the lad at West Ham that's reluctant to commit to
Declan
Ireland
Rice.
Declan Rice when seemingly he was all set to do so. So these are real problems for Martin O'Neill, because we finished as you well remember, with a bad defeat against Denmark, Eamon, and I think the people still have that in their minds, and this is negative stuff on top of negative stuff that I can see. I'm interested to see how they go on, and it will be interesting to see some of the new players that have come into the squad. But when you look at the new players coming in from the squad, they're players that are playing in the Championship, and not players that you're reading about are attracting Premiership clubs to want to buy them. So I think Martin will have his work cut out to get the results with the squad of players he's got, and also to get the fans back on board. I think there's quite a lot of disenchantment out there, and these things certainly don't help.
Can you think of any other assistant manager, I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, in any other country who has been so visible as Roy Keane is in the Irish setup? I mean, do you know who the assistant manager is for France or Scotland or Wales even, or England?
No, well, I know England. If you give me about 10 minutes, I'll get it.
Yeah, but you get my point.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's no other manager or national team manager gives his assistant so much airtime than Roy gets. It'll be interesting to see if he does a press conference on the back of what O'Neill admitted to this week. Because if he does, the press will be saying, well, what went on? What was the row all about,
Yeah.
It is very unusual. But Martin knew quite well what he was getting himself into when he took Roy Keane on. Roy Keane had issues with many of the players that Martin had in his squad, but he chose to go that direction.
Right.
Now, if you look at the balance sheet of O'Neill's tenure and Keane's tenure with the Irish team, it's not that bad. We got to the Euros, we got to a playoff in the World Cup qualifying, although we lost. But it's the quality of football and whether the fans are on board. I think that's the real question mark.
Okay, Liam, thank you very much for joining us. I don't suppose it'd help if we brought Wes back, would it?
Where is Wes now? He's disappeared from Norwich. I don't know where he is.
I have him at home in the attic.